we are talking about imposter syndrome because it is something that I think is coming up in the energy for July for many people to look at. For many people to look at, for many people to be aware of, for many people to understand, for many people to witness. Because if you're a spiritual mentor and a teacher and you're working with clients, this is something that you're going to want to be aware of because you want to help someone move through it and not allow it to hold them back. Okay. If you're someone that is familiar with this topic or familiar with this type of an energy and you've been feeling kind of held back by it, I'm excited to talk to you and speak right to you, only to you, because this is something that I have had come up in my world many times, around business for sure, around my gifts and my ability to be a mentor and a teacher, around my ability to teach people to walk into their gifts and be mentors, around being a mom. Oh, yeah, that one I can claim for sure. Let's see, around the imposter syndrome, around being effective when it comes to making decisions, right? You'll kind of understand what that kind of looks like as we go through this. Let's see where else imposter syndrome comes through. The ideas, perhaps, of what success might look like and being successful, and perhaps identifying it with something else instead of assuming it as my success. Does that make sense? Like I feel success is all around happiness, where someone else believes that the success is around money. Totally awesome. But feeling like my belief that success is about happiness is wrong because most people think it should be around money. So maybe I should just rework my belief around success. Does that make sense? So the imposter syndrome, like my beliefs are not great or, not good enough or should be changed to fit the mold of somebody else. Okay. So imposter syndrome is something that I can speak on. Yay. We can speak on it. Imposter syndrome, I don't know where I read this quote, but I absolutely freaking love it. And it is something that I use often. Imposter syndrome doesn't affect our ability to shoot, but more so our ability to aim. That's all, folks. We'll see you later. That really sums it up quite friggin' perfectly. So if you want to take a minute to write that down, and maybe even, if you'd be so lovely and kind, put that in the comments for everybody to be able to reread and maybe see in print. Imposter syndrome does not affect our ability to shoot, but more so our ability to aim. So good. Jackie can't claim that as her own. The author is unknown. Okay. What does that mean exactly? It means that it creates an energy of self-sabotage. I know I can shoot and hit the mark, but I just don't feel confident in my ability to get there. Or I don't feel confident in my ability to get started. I don't feel confident in my ability for delivering. I don't feel confident, period. And I self-sabotage my expansion. I self-sabotage my growth. I self-sabotage my freaking success because I have an inability or an insecurity around my aim, going after what it is that I desire. The feelings of imposter syndrome bring in a lack of trust in self. Basically, it's the lack of trust in self and a lack of faith in the universe. When we feel as if we're a fraud, we feel like what we're doing is wrong, we feel like what we're doing we don't have the credentials for, we feel like what we're doing others are going to call us out on. But when we trust ourselves, when we have confidence in what it is that we are doing, feeling, showing up as, we don't question that. We stay in our power. But when there are, experiences or people or ideas that come our way that create this wiggle, we have the opportunity to either give our power away or look at the situation and assess what's going on. Oftentimes we feel like we don't belong. We feel we aren't capable. We're not good enough. We aren't supposed to be where we are. We should be 10 steps ahead. Or I shouldn't be where I am. It was too easy. Can you for a second step back? Because most people, I don't know that most people would, I have not, maybe once or twice I should say that. Most people don't look at it and go, wow, that came really easy. It's too good to be true. I'm not so good at that. Does that make sense? Most people go, wow, that came easy. Oh, wow, that must have been a fluke. I must have just been lucky. Nobody looks at it and goes, wow, that came really easy. That must be my talent. Wow, that came really easy. I must just really be good at that. Most people don't do that. They should. That's absolutely how we want to look at it. But most people think I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be here. Something's wrong with the fact that I'm successful. Something's wrong with the fact that I am achieving goals and hitting the mark. Something's wrong with this. And we sabotage what is meant for us. It's meant for you. It's supposed to come easy. Let me say that again. If it's meant for you, it's supposed to come easy. It's not supposed to come with force. It's not supposed to come with hard work. That's the human you attempting to control a spiritual process. See, you're a spirit having a human experience, not the other way around. You are spirit first, planned out, all knowing, all infinite, all encompassing. You have everything that you need. Why then would you think it's the other way around? That the human you doesn't have everything that you need. So you need to go out, figure it out, find it, work, create, collaborate to create, find people to make it happen. No, you give your power away there. We stay in power when we witness the spirit within us and the, unfolding of the spirit within us, allowing the spirit within us to have its way with us through this physical experience. This is ultimately a disconnection from self. This is what it is. You are disconnected from the spirit within you. You are not allowing the spirit within you to lead the way. So what happens when this goes wrong? What happens when this shows up? They're correcting. Nothing's gone wrong. But Jacqueline, nothing's gone wrong. Nothing's gone wrong, folks. What happens when this shows up? Or let's go back a minute. What does it look like? In what ways could it look like? The universe is supporting you, but you have fear that you need to work through so that you can show up in the purpose, career, relationship, abundance that you desire. You set out rockets of desires to the universe. You said, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. And the universe said, all right, awesome, no problem. You can have everything that you desire because you already possess everything that you desire. It's just a matter of us helping you get it in your world. Sweet. Well, see, the universe sees what you don't see, right? Because we can't sometimes see past the end of our nose. So the universe is like, sweet, we're going to help Jax. We're going to help Jax. Jax wants to expand, wants to make a greater impact, wants to come up with new creative ideas. That right there, judgment of self, criticism of self, feeling as if she needs to be perfect, that needs to go. What are we going to trigger? What are we going to do to assist her in seeing she has energy she needs to let go of? Because she's not seeing it. So let's give her a trigger that comes in the form of her mother, or let's give her the trigger that comes in the form of a client, or let's give her a trigger that comes in the form of a webinar that she's so excited about, but yet somehow seemed to feel as if she screwed it up, time-wise, something silly. All so that she could look at this and then come back to center. Coming back to center means coming back into alignment with your soul. And recognize the truth of what this is, rather than what the ego is trying to show her or help her think is the situation. We must remember that we're not expected to be perfect, that we're human, and that oftentimes mistakes, lead to something greater. It leads to some new awareness. It leads to new manifestations. It leads to greater bonds. It leads to greater understanding. It leads to a creation of boundary, a creation of a program, a creation of a new relationship, a creation or opportunity for new healing. Okay? You aren't meant to take it all so personally. Ooh, this would get me. Ooh, this would get me good. This is probably as equal to patience. Oh yeah. If you know me, you know patience ain't my thing, and taking it all personally is not a line I like to hear. You take everything so personally. It's like nails on a chalkboard, folks. However, you know from teaching about it, there's been a shift in perspective, and I'm excited to share it with you. I used to think that taking things personally meant I was way too sensitive. Like, get over it. Like, oh God, here you are being so dramatic, right? Recently, I realized that taking things too personally is actually my way of martyring a situation. When I take things too personally, I take it on and assess it or make it, create it as my own. So when I take it personally, I take it as my duty or my job to fix it, heal it, alter it, make it better, take it away, whatever the case may be. You take things so personally, Jackie. See, in the first awareness, me being way too sensitive and me being so dramatic, boom, block, totally shut down. Doesn't work. But in this new awareness, I'm not supposed to do that. And the guides are like, no, she's getting it, she's getting it, she's getting it. Wait a minute, that's martyr. That's me being a martyr. That's me trying to control everything. Oh, she's on it. Keep going, Jax. So, wait a minute. Somebody's thoughts, somebody's beliefs, somebody's criticisms, somebody's values, or somebody's truth, oh gosh, I'm taking it too personally, making it mine, thinking I need to have that way. And they're like, boom. Well, that's ridiculous. And immediately we can see that I do take things too personally, but I'm not supposed to take it personally because it's got nothing to do with me. And so it's not my job to heal it. It's not my job to fix it. It's not my job to teach on that. It's not my job to do that for you. It's not my job. And we start creating healthy boundaries that say, I'm going to stay over here in this lane right here because for whatever odd, crazy, fluky reason, I found myself over in yours. My bad. Course correct. And now when someone says you're taking this too personally, it's like, whoa, where am I assuming a position that's not mine, a healing opportunity that's not mine, an energy that's not mine? Where am I assuming something that's not meant for me? Because I know if I'm assuming something that's not meant for me, that means I'm taking someone's power. Or whether it's because I want to fix it for you, I take your power, or you want me to fix it for you, so I take your power. Does that make sense? Or I lost my train of thought. This is a miracle that you are missing, because I know that healing, when somebody sees something and they can heal it and shift perspective, it's a miracle moment. It's a moment of a shift in perspective where someone sees something with more clarity. And when you see things more clearer, it's like, wow, it's miraculous, if this makes sense, in source, or the guides would say. So it can be this good. It doesn't have to be too good to be true. We want that mental. This is the other thing we want to fix when it comes to shift. This is the other thing we want to shift when it comes to the imposter syndrome, is this idea that, oh, it's too good to be true, or that came really easy, something, there's a catch, It comes in threes. That's the other good one that they like so much. It comes in threes. Oh God, this happened. Where's my 3? And they're like, okay, we'll send it down. Like, silly human. Because it doesn't have to be that way, but because we think it, we deliver it. If you think it, you'll deliver it. You don't want to deliver it. Think about what you're delivering, folks. We don't want that, right? So it can be this good, and it can be this easy. The universe is going to show up and trust you. The universe is going to show up and magnify an area of your life where there's fear. And it's up to you to say, I've got this. I've got this. I can do this. I can absolutely become aware of why, this might be falling away, this business or this relationship or this way of being, why it's going away, why it seems to be dwindling, why it seems to be becoming depleted. Okay, I don't want to let it go. I have an attachment to it being my source of income, my source of happiness, my source of knowing, my place in the world. That attachment needs to be looked at. There is nothing that's permanent here, folks. There really is nothing permanent here except the fact that you're a spirit, but that was brought here and will go back with you. And so technically it's not a here thing. But attachment is the root to suffering. Because when we don't let things go, we are in a war, so to speak, with spirit. Spirit's like, you got to let it go for something more. And we're like, never. You got to let it go because I got something big. Never. We're silly humans. The universe is oftentimes going to say to you, this is going away because something greater is coming in. But because we're human and sometimes can't see past our nose, we are like, oh gosh, I'm not ready yet for the next level of expansion, the next level of healing, the next level of commitment, the next level of being, the next level of purpose I'm meant to step into. I had to look at over my vacation. See, I said to everybody, my guides are ready to go to Hawaii, it looks like, because they're ready to go on vacation. They were meant to come with me. I thought they were just going to go on their own merry way and they'd leave me alone while I vacation, but no, that's not how it goes. I was meant to look at why I was sabotaging my ability to create this book and be done with this book. This book. The book's called Becoming. It's fabulous. But there's a self-sabotage energy there that's blocking my ability to connect to the information that I want to receive. But I'm saying to the guides, and I did this months ago. I've been here months ago. You need to tell me what to write. They're like, nope. You need to open yourself up and look around at what it is you know and start putting into the book what you know. Like, you know, we don't need to tell you. You already know. What are you doing? Don't give us that power. This isn't a book we're writing. It's a book you're writing, sister. So we are always going to be shown, and then it's never going to feel great. There is not one person that puts an order out to the universe. Hey, I'd like to know where I am feeling like a fraud. Send it down. I'd love to look at that. No one does that. No one wants to look at that feeling. No one wants to have that feeling, let alone look at that feeling of being a fraud. But Maya is my priestess guide that steps forth. Maya is associated with Buddha as the mother of Buddha. When she comes in, she says, this energy prevents you from seeing your power. It prevents you from seeing the light that exists within you. And it prevents the others around you from witnessing it too. And for mentors, teachers, people with impact, people that know they came here to make a big impact, oftentimes they put others first. I'm one of those women. I'm one of those women that will put everyone else first. So if I don't reach the level of impact that I'm supposed to reach, someone else isn't going to hear the power or the message or the healing that they have to heal. Oh, wow. Work me, baby. Work me, baby. Work me, baby. For them. And the guide said, that's not how we do this. Remember, you have to see this for yourself, heal this for yourself, witness this for yourself, allow yourself to honor the impact of your soul first. And then it is what others take, comfort from, that they take the awareness from, that impacts their lives and it helps them expand. Like, you go first. You don't do anything for the purposes of assisting somebody other. You do you first, and in doing you, you assist others. The ego is so tricky sometimes. It's so tricky. Sometimes, you sit in meditation. I've had people reach out. I've sat in meditation and this is what I got. Spirit works in a way that expands you, supports you. Spirit is never going to go, okay, it feels scary. Let's not do it then. Sorry, I'll go to the next person. No, Spirit honors your soul's growth, expansion, purpose, and impact. To say Spirit really doesn't care that you think it's going to be messy, because Spirit's like, girl, you got to do what you got to do and get it over with. Let's go. Stop whining. Spirit's not like that. But it is kind of. Because you came here infinite, mighty, like almighty. Pain is a physical thing. Fear is a physical thing. Your spirit's like, let's go, baby, go, baby, go. Ah, this is amazing. What's next? This is so cool. Spirit works with other people to help you move forward. Helping you move forward doesn't always come with that rose. Hey, I'm here to help you move forward. See me, this is the signal. I'm here to help you move forward. Sometimes those people come into your world through triggers. Something takes place and immediately you feel as if, oof, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I don't do this right. You spend enough time with another mom and you watch the way this other mom works and you're like, I suck. Oh, wow. I didn't realize I didn't realize how much junk food my kids eat. I didn't realize how much my kids don't know this, or I didn't realize how we start to judge and critique ourselves. What's worse is when others start to give it to us too. You might think about enrolling so and so in this, or doing with this person such and such, or having this one talk to this one. Nothing is worse than that outside interference that we can sometimes become entangled with. It is vital and it is extremely important that we remember our soul knows our way. Our ego is going to tell us, you have to force this, you have to fix this, you've got to work, you've got to build, you've got to grind, you've got to hustle, you've got to get to this level to be successful, or you're never going to be successful, so just keep working, right? It's going to criticize you, or you'll see other egos step forth with criticism. It's still all ego. Spirit is never going to tell you that working through someone else, they're going to come and tell you how awesome things are unfolding for you. They're going to come forth and say to you how much you've inspired them. They're going to come forth and say to you how much they love and adore and appreciate you. No one's spirit's going to come forth and tell you, you suck at doing this, or I didn't realize you didn't know how, or wow, you know what I mean? Awareness is super, super, super awesome here, folks, because you could absolutely see an ego outside you coming forth to address you. And you get to choose if you hook into it, bring it in, and assess it and take it on as your own, or whether you witness what's going on, read below the lines, right? Or what was it? What's the saying? Read between the lines. Someone might be triggered by the way you show up. Someone else might be triggered by how epic you are as a easygoing mom, you know? Someone else might be triggered by how easy success comes for you because you allow your business to flow, because you allow yourself to do the work that's necessary inward, and then wow, flow shows up for you personally and professionally. It's extremely important that we look at where we feel like we're showing up as someone that we're not, like we're doing something that we're not supposed to be, and really taking a step back in that third person point of view to see if this is something that is creating an imposter syndrome type aspect, a self-sabotage type aspect, and going inward and doing work around that. Where do you doubt yourself as a professional business person, entrepreneur? Where do you doubt yourself when it comes to, your ability to impact others, to work with energy, to channel the guidance that's necessary, not just for others, but for yourself? When this comes up, it's an opportunity for healing. It's an opportunity to stay in your power. It's like a personal power exercise. It's an opportunity to create boundaries, right? Boundaries for myself, boundaries when it comes to other people, and an opportunity for greater awareness. This is what it is. It is huge. And the imposter syndrome can really take hold, prevent people from stepping into the businesses and the purposes that they are meant to have and meant to create an impact from. The imposter syndrome can keep us in a victim or a self-sabotage energy, which doesn't help us. It hinders our growth and our expansion. It can really rob you of the manifestations that you are meant to experience in this physical world. And that's not what spirit wants. Spirit is not about that life at all. Spirit is about showing you the triggers that are going to get your attention so that you can do the work necessary to move forward. Spirit is all about supporting you with those that come to wake you up. Spirit is all about, altering something within your physical reality so that you question if this is actually meant to be or if this isn't meant to be, and what your attachments are to these things. The ego, on the other hand, let's just stay where we are, because if we fall, it's going to hurt. If we fail, we're going to look like idiots. If someone calls us out and says, you don't know what you're doing, I'm going to look like a fraud. The ego wants to prevent that expansion because the ego can't see the infinite future that you hold. Spirit can, though. So when you sit in meditation, it's extremely important to look at, one, How does that information feel to me? This is the double check. How does it feel to me? And triple check. Why do I feel that? Am I feeling relief with that because it's taking the pressure off of having to do more inner work? Am I feeling relief from that because I'm scared of pushing my comfort zone? You're an infinite being, an infinite almighty being. Nothing can break you. Nothing can hurt you. Nothing can harm you. That's the physical association that you have to being hurt, to being called out. Your ego gets bruised. But when you're here to make a big impact and people have things to say, sure, it's going to set you back. It's going to set you back. But your determination to be the being, the spiritual being you came here to be, that is going to pull you through it each and every single time. You will have guidance. You will have signs. You will have people that will randomly reach out to tell you you made an impact, you're awesome, you're helpful, you're this or you're that. Their spirit. Hey, just in case you forgot. Awareness is going to help you see those things. Being very honest with yourself is going to help you see those things. Healing is never fun. Sometimes, but not often. It takes a lot of us being honest with ourselves. And a lot of people can't do that. They can't do that because of fear. They can't do that because the ego's chokehold. They can't do that because, all the amazing excuses that they have. But